Hi guys, Bad Boy Jemby here again, aka Satan. That's who I am. I'm the devil himself on earth, working for God. First thing I'm going to tell you, as always, put your money in WisdomTree CRUD. I'm going to put it on the screen. The reason is because the reptilian rulers that rule the planet are going to do hyperinflation caused by oil shortages. That's what they're going to do. They're already setting up the stories. These wars that they've got in the Middle East and in Russia and with Ukraine, they're like staged wars. The monkey man doesn't realise this. They're staged wars. I'm going to show you later how the British royal family are actually reptilian. They're reptiles. That's what they are. I'm going to show you that later. The first thing I'm going to talk about though, there's been a young lad called Ollie York in Birmingham. I live in Birmingham, UK. There's been a young lad in Birmingham who's had a bad crash on his skateboard in a skate park. He was wearing a helmet, thankfully, because otherwise if he weren't he'd be dead. But he's been very badly injured by it. So I'm going to give him a little shout out. I'll show there's a little newspaper article on it. That's how I heard about it. Boy of 13, young lad. He had a skateboarding accident in Moseley, Birmingham. That's near here. So yeah, hoping he gets well soon. And you say, well, why am I mentioning him? I'm talking about him because I think it's very important if you're doing scootering, BMXing, skateboarding, any kind of extreme sport, downhill mountain biking. I always wore my helmet. I had a bad crash on a mountain bike where I broke my collarbone, and if my helmet got wrecked, if I hadn't had that helmet on, I'd be dead. Wearing a helmet's very important. Evel Knievel always said, the greatest daredevil of them all, always said, Evel Knievel, you know, wear your helmet. And it's a message that Scotty Kramer, someone that God loves very much, Scotty Kramer always said, wear your helmet. It saved his life. And the helmet of Ollie York saved his life too. There's a lot of people who don't wear helmets, and I'm going to single one guy out. It's a bit unfair to single one guy out, but there's a very, very famous skateboarder called Niger Houston, right? He's a big, very famous athlete in skateboarding. He's one of the best skateboarders in the world, and it pisses God right off that he doesn't wear a helmet in his videos or in his competitions. He doesn't bother wearing a helmet, and the reason it pisses God off is because it sets a bad example to the kids who do that sport, you know, who are into skateboarding. You know, a lot of people will look up to Niger Houston, you know, because he's such a great skateboarder, and he is, you know, he is amazing on a skateboard, but he's setting a bad example by not wearing a helmet in his videos or competitions. You should always wear a helmet. If you're doing stuff like that, those dangerous things that they do. There's even a section in one of his videos where he messes up a stair set, and there's all blood pouring out the side of his head. I'll show that video. I'll show a bit of that footage now, actually. What we're about to see now is a Niger Houston, one of the greatest skateboarders in the world, sponsored by Nike, right? Big American corporation, about to try and do this handrail. I think he catches his nutsack on the end of the handrail, and he also hits his head. As you notice, he's only got a baseball cap on. He should have a helmet. He should set an example to the youth who look up to him that he needs a helmet on. And he should be wearing a helmet here, doing a stunt like this. This trick goes horribly wrong, and he smacks his head. Bad. Now we see the aftermath. He's lying in a pool of blood. There's blood pouring out his head. And you fast forward it a little bit. You see all the blood on the pavement. Big puddle of blood. And that's coming out the side of his head. See, outside of his head, right. Stuff like that's a bit annoying to God, because he should have had a helmet on. It's almost that video, a Nike sponsored video, is glorifying that he didn't wear a helmet and then he's cracked his head and there's blood pouring out the side. Now, there's young people out there who look up to Niger Houston are going to think, oh, well, I won't wear a helmet like Niger Houston. But the thing is, a child's skull isn't as hard as a man's skull, so it can't take as big a hits. Second of all, a man's skull will only take so much damage before it cracks open and the brains come out. So Niger Houston, if he's got any sense, would think, well, you know what, I can't have that happening. I don't know if he's got a wife and kids or whatever, but he should have a helmet on, obviously. And it sets an example to the young kids doing the same sort of stunts. I should wear a helmet too. Like I say, if Ollie York, local Birmingham lad, hadn't been wearing a helmet, he'd be dead. He is as it is, quite badly injured as it is, even with the helmet. So this is an important thing. Another idea. I've got an idea. I'm an ideas guy. Something I thought of that could be really good for skateboarding, BMX, rollerblading, whatever else there's out there. Scootering, of course. When you're doing a handrail like this, often what happens when you do a handrail like this, the guy messes up the trick and his nutsack, his ball sack hits the handrail. Right, well I was thinking, why not do what boxing does? Boxing uses groin guards. Now a lot of guys wouldn't want to wear a groin guard on the outside of their trousers, but this could be velcroed, just velcro strips onto the inside of special skateboarding shorts or jeans or trousers, so that you can't see it, but you've got like an actual cup, an actual hard, ideally metal I think would be ideal, hard stainless steel cup or hard plastic. That's just plastic on this one, but this is for boxing. Just velcro this to the inside of skateboarding trousers and shorts, and so if you were to do a handrail like this and it goes wrong and you do the splits onto the handrail, it often happens, you're hopefully in that situation not going to lose a testicle or both. If you lose one testicle skateboarding, right, in your youth, and then a few years down the line you get testicular cancer in the other testicle, and then you've got no testicles, well, that's going to be fairly shit for you. Do you know what I mean? So having groin guards built into the actual trousers themselves, just velcroed in, you can pull them out, and they're just velcroed in. Might be a really good idea for the skateboard industry. Just to try and make the sport a bit safer, and obviously wear a helmet. Something Scotty Kramer always preaches, but he's a BMXer. I reckon guys like Scotty Kramer are helping BMX be safer by telling everyone, wear a helmet, wear a helmet. Well, skateboarding needs to do the same thing, and I think Niger Houston needs to do the same thing. Next thing we're going to talk about with Bad Boy Genvi. The royal family, the British royal family, are reptilian. In fact, all your rulers are. They're a separate species to the monkey man. So the British royal family, the Pope in Rome, he's reptilian. All your politicians are reptilians. The German royals are reptilian, and the Rockefellers are reptilian. But I'm going to prove to you now that the Queen Elizabeth II, who's now dead, she is actually reptilian. Quite clear evidence on this video here. So we're going to look at it now. If you actually look, this video is called Elizabeth II in her own words, and you need this version of it, Good Morning America. You need that version of it so you can see it properly, right? Good Morning America, that's the channel, Queen Elizabeth II in her own words. You go to around 133, 134, see 133, 134, and if you look in her eye, you'll see that the eye is reptilian. It's quite clearly a slit. If you look, we'll play it. It's quite clearly a slit.
We will be without.
Go back a bit here. This eye's not so obvious, but this one's going as a slit.
Friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again.
Hopefully you can see that. She's got a slit eye. the reptilian disguise is slipping, and you're seeing one of her reptilian eyes. Now, the same situation with the Duchess of Cambridge, Kate Middleton, Kate Windsor. She's a reptilian, and I'm going to show you a video of her where it's actually a bit harder to spot, but again, you see the reptilian slit of her eye. Now, with this clip, it's quite hard to get. We've got Duchess of Cambridge, Q&A on early years. We've got it in slow-mo. You need it in slow-mo because it's so hard to catch. 0.25, there's normal, there's 0.25. It is high definition, it's 1080p. Now, what it's going to happen at 1.29, we're at 1.28, we're going to play it, and we're just going to try and capture it. It's so difficult to capture. Oh, there it was, but I slightly missed it. Try again. There. If you look at that eye, see her left eye, it's a slit. It's very, she covered it up. She actually covered it up. If you see that left eye there, you've got it, it's 1.29. You whack it on the slow-mo, you whack it on the 0.25, and you might take a few attempts to get it. But that is a slit on her eye, a reptilian slit. Doesn't always appear. It's only bang, momentary, and the disguise slips, and there you see that reptile eye. She is a reptilian. The entire royal family are, British royal family. They're very powerful. They're not as powerful as the Pope in Rome. They actually take orders from him. He's the most powerful man in the world. But this is just the truth of things. She is reptilian. And as it is at the minute, I don't know if you've noticed in the media, there's been a photograph where supposedly it was doctored or something, edited by Kate Windsor, Kate Middleton, and it showed her without her wedding ring on, with her 3 kids without a wedding ring on. The reason that photo, I think the reason she's put that photo up is because she's actually quite worried now. Because Satan, the devil, me, I'm on earth, and that proves that hell is real. It's a real place. And heaven is a real place too, and you got to be a good person to go to heaven. Now, these oil shortages that families like the British royal family, the Pope, German royal families, and the American royal family, the Rockefellers, were all planning to reduce the population on this planet. God's pissed off about it. He doesn't want that to happen. He doesn't want these oil shortages to happen. And they've done a lot of stupid stuff to get these oil shortages, happening. They've been having these wars in the Middle East and all this terrible stuff they've been doing there for quite a while. And there's been a lot of people that have died. There's been a lot of suffering. And Kate Middleton knows, oh shit, I don't want to go down to hell. Because that's where King Charles is going. He's got cancer at the minute. And after he dies, whether he survives this bout of cancer or not, doesn't matter. Because after he dies, he is going to hell. Hell's a real place. Now, I'm going to prove to you hell's a real place in a minute. I'm going to actually show you, I'm going to show you recorded sounds from hell. Because hell is totally real. And I'm going to show you it, basically. Well, give you some audio of hell. Oh, and incidentally, if Kate Middleton wants to start digging herself out of hell, the only way to really do it right now at this point in time is to probably think about leaving King William. He should always get to see his kids, because I think he's been a good father. Prince William. It's not King William, is it? It's Prince William. Is it King William? Is it Prince William? I'm not sure. But anyway, the only way she can really dig herself out of it is by coming to be with bad boy Genvi, to come suck my dick. That's what she needs to start doing. Start sucking the dick of a good man. You say the devil's a good man. Yeah, of course he is. I work for God. Someone has to run hell to torture the bad people. But anyway, let's listen to the audio of hell now. So if you go on YouTube, you'll find, if you put in Russian well, this is the video I've got on Hole to Hell. Basically, what happened was in Russia, right? In Russia, they dug a massive borehole and they dug it really, really deep into the earth, right? The deepest hole that's ever been dug, deepest borehole that's ever been dug. But what happened? They got so deep, they started hearing screams over a microphone, the screams of hell itself. Because hell's a big, hell is beneath your feet. Jesus taught you about it, and guess what? It's fucking real. If you live a bad life, you get pulled down into hell. If you're a bad person, you do bad things, that's where you get pulled. We're going to listen to the audio streams that were recorded in this Russian borehole. So I put borehole into hell on the search. There's a few different things that, sounds from hell, the borehole drilling project that went very wrong, all of this. It's basically, you search borehole into hell. Search borehole into hell on YouTube and you'll hear the audio of hell itself, the screams that are happening in hell. It's just a real place. Hell is a real place. It's beneath your feet. The lake of fire is real. And a lot of souls go there to be tortured by who? By David the Devil, the guy you're looking at. Because they don't belong in heaven. They can't be in heaven. They belong in hell. And Kate Middleton, to dig yourself out of hell, because you've been associating with a bad dude in that Prince William and King Charles, been associating with a bad royal family, right? You need to get with a real dude who's me, who's trying to sort things out on this planet and straighten things up for humanity. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm working for God. That's what I'm doing. Trying to get humanity heading into the stars, go in the right direction and getting more planets so we don't have to reduce the population with hyperinflation of food prices caused by oil shortages. Whack your money to WisdomTree, CRUD. All right, see you later.